Bilingual class, and today we're having a guest star, Mr. Indra Gunawan, as the founder from Active English course, aka AEC. And today I will guide you to be a presenter here in our podcast. So, good morning, Mr. Indra. Thank you for visit our bilingual class today. Maybe this is your first time for coming in senior high school. It is my first time, Syarla. Oh, yeah. Your first time. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I will ask you for 11 question here. All right. First, could you tell us a bit of yourself and your teaching experience? All right. So again, let me tell you and everyone my name. My name is Indra Gunawan, but normally everyone call me Indra, or even my student, they are used to calling me Mr. Indra. I'm from Tenggarong. I live in Tenggarong on Jalan Awonglong, and I'm the founder as well as the owner of Active English course AEC in Tenggarong. And it has been running. I mean, the course has been running for almost 23 years. That's so okay, yeah, and now we have almost more or less 300 students at AC, and I'm also a teacher of English at State Vocational School One Tenggarong. Whoa. Yeah, okay. What inspired you to be a teacher? Okay. Well, I didn't expect myself to be a teacher as today, but being a teacher for me is something that priceless. I'm the one who loves sharing, and I think as a teacher, that's the job of sharing knowledge. And not only you get financial benefit from being a teacher, but also I believe that sharing knowledge will give you something in religious perspective, such as reward from God if you share your knowledge to others. Oh, I yeah see. How do you approach teaching in bilingual classroom compared to monolingual one? All right. Since I haven't got any experience in teaching bilingual, but I've got the picture in my mind that absolutely teaching in bilingual class it's quite challenging, especially since let's say from 35 student, the ability may be various, and of course it's truly challenge for non-English teacher to teach their class. And I can imagine that as non-English teacher they must keep improving their English, and let alone the English teacher itself, because the use of English in bilingual class, of course, in optimal measurement, it means that where the English teacher should almost 100% English presentation in the class. Oh, yes. So that's why. And compared to monolingual class, of course, we adjust the use of language, especially the English, since the students' ability, mostly, especially in Indonesia, the English ability is quite low. So, of course, the teacher use more Indonesian sometimes rather than English. But I think both bilingual and monolingual class, especially for English, it has its own benefit and also its own weakness, especially in terms of improving and learning English. I think that's what kind of weakness? Yeah, okay. The weakness of bilingual classes, of course, I say the non-English teachers sometimes they find difficult to deliver the material in English, mostly in English. So, yes. But I can understand this is bilingual class. So bilingual means two languages. Yes. So we still can mix with Indonesian, right? Yeah. Okay, but we expect to hear more in English. So that's the weakness is maybe in positive word we don't say it is a weakness, but challenge. I think challenge is the better term or word to say that,
because the non-English teacher, they must improve their English, and because they have to deliver the material in English. Okay, and of course in monolingual class, the weakness is maybe the student will be lack of listening exposure, where it is very important as a language learner. Actually, they should be exposed with listening, but sometimes it is hard to find in monolingual class where the English teacher can speak, let's say, 90% in English, because it's for the student, it is hard for them to follow the teacher or to understand. So at least the teacher will frequently translate the English in monolingual class, not as much as in bilingual class, because the students are selected. The student in bilingual class is those who have been selected having good English ability. So that's why it is easier for the English teacher or non-English teacher to deliver the material in English, because the students having in average good level ability of English.
Oh, I see. And the next question is, can you share the memorable teaching moment in your class, especially you having a course, right?
Yeah.
Having a memorable memory, maybe?
Yeah. Okay. Specifically, I don't think I remember one, but it's has always been memorable, especially changing the habit of the student learning language, because I can understand many years they learn in passive method. So when they come to me and I introduce the new strategy of learning English, active learning strategy, by raising hand, giving more question to the teacher or instructor, it seems very difficult for them even to raise their hand, even asking for the vocab only. In fact, asking vocab is very easy. What vocab you don't know, why don't you ask? But it is something difficult to do for the student. And I found out that it could be as the long-term habit in their previous school, because they are not used to raising hand, asking so many questions. Okay, so that has always been memorable. Why this class is silent, no question. In fact, why don't you just a simple question? And another memorable one, I think, when I had my teaching practice in abroad, because I had to have my teaching practice when I was in Cambridge, England. One day I had to teach low level ability. And the students are international students, where they are coming from different countries, from Argentina, from Brazil, from China, from Spain. And imagine they don't speak Indonesian, right? Okay, and their level is in low, very low ability, where they cannot speak English at the time. And I have to teach them as my teaching practice. So if we find difficult word, when I teach them in English and I say something and they don't understand, and then they ask me, what is the meaning? Because they are coming from different countries, not like from Indonesia. If I teach Indonesian student, it's easy for me to translate in bahasa apa. But since they are coming from different countries, oh God, it's so struggling for me. How can I explain them? I explain them in another word of English. They still don't understand that. And what is the meaning? So it is funny, memorable, challenging, and nice to remember. Yeah. That's so memorable. Yeah, memorable one. Okay, international school student.
Yes. That was challenge for you, right, sir?
Right. Yes, challenging.
Can you tell the strategy of that, or like that's a challenge
To make the student active.
manage the student in both language, like
Yeah.
first like in course, like, right?
In my personal opinion, and in my personal teaching experience, because I have been teaching English for more than 25 years. So the first is make the student feel good, comfortable, no pressure. They know that the teacher in front of them is just like their, it could be friend, it could be like their parents, okay? Because what we want from them is we want them to say what they want as a baby. What do you want? What word you want to know? Okay, what question you want to ask me? So that's something that I know is quite challenging. But I know that is the most effective way. Make your student want to speak. Make them know what they want to say. No matter they speak in Bahasa, so I don't give them punishment. Instead, I will ask them to repeat the English version. If they speak in Bahasa, and then I said, no worry, I can know from their facial expression, for example, if they don't know how to say, if I give them a question, and then they understand my question, but they don't know how to reply me, and I will ask them to reply in Bahasa Indonesia first. But after that, I will tell them the English version, and they just need to repeat. And with that way, they feel good.
Oh, yeah.
They feel no pressure. They still enjoy the class because, yeah, they they get what they want. So make the student feel good and comfortable in the class of language. Because I know when we come to teaching language, it's about confidence. Not every student has good confidence.
Yes.
Mostly they're shy to speak, right? So that is my strategy how to make them feel comfortable.
It's such a good strategy, Mr.
Yeah.
Indra. Next is, do you think bilingual education helps students in their future academic or professional?
Absolutely, no doubt. The program of government having bilingual class quietly, obviously support their future, especially for the student, because we know, let's say this guys is what we call as golden generation by 2045. And
Yes.
can you imagine by that time, 2045, English is something that is a must for everyone in Indonesia to be able, if they want to compete in international level. And bilingual class will support this generation to master English faster, since because in their class the use of English, okay, the use of English is massive, and the listening exposure in bilingual class is absolutely way better compared to monolingual class.
Yes.
So they listen to English more and more, and finally they speak more, and finally bilingual class will create graduate the student with good skill of English, and they are ready to compete in the board, and even they will be able to study abroad with scholarship easily because their English is already good. I think that is the most benefit of having bilingual class.
Oh, I see. And before we start this podcast, you are already teaching in bilingual class, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah. Okay. So just now, I taught your class, right? Okay.
Yes.
Uh, 10,
10 1.
10-1. And to be honest, I was very excited. I was very happy because I could feel the positive energy from the class. The students are so excited. The student asked me so many questions. Even it's really positive response. The response that I have always been dreaming from my student. I always want to have the vibe of the class like that. And I really got that vibe from your class. Everyone was excited to ask me a question. Everyone listened to me attentively, and we had fun, although it's only 1 hour. So my impression to your class, 10-1, absolutely positive class.
Yes. I think it's enough, Mr. Indra. Thank you for coming here.
My pleasure.
Yes. That's it, the podcast today. See you guys. Have a nice day.
See you.
See you.